The Kalrix Dominion had conquered 43 species over 800 years using a simple formula: assess military capacity, issue polite ultimatum, absorb new territory. It had never failed, which is why High Commander Thax'in felt completely confident when his war fleet entered Earth's orbit and transmitted humanity's incorporation notice. The assessment was clear. Humanity had disbanded their military 90 years ago. No orbital weapons, no defense platforms, no visible warships, just a lot of satellites and what appeared to be an aggressive recycling program. Obviously, they were peaceful because they were weak. This assessment was wrong in a way that would haunt Thax'in's career for the rest of his life. But first, he had to meet Nathan Patel, Earth's diplomatic representative, who was currently finishing a sandwich. Nathan appeared on the comm screen looking mildly annoyed, holding coffee in a mug that said, "I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right." "Hi, Commander Thax'in. Got your ultimatum. Very professional, very thorough. I have one quick question before we respond." Thax'in's bioluminescent plates glowed with satisfaction. The human was already being cooperative. "Of course." "Ambassador, when your intel team concluded we're peaceful because we lack capacity for sustained conflict, did anyone actually ask us about that? Or did you just assume?" "We analyzed publicly available information, so you didn't ask." "Cool, cool." "Follow up? Did anyone read our military dissolution treaty? It's public record. There's a PDF. There's even a version with pictures. The treaty was self-explanatory." "It really wasn't, though." Nathan made a note on a physical notepad. "Okay, last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that we're defenseless?" 9.4. "Wow, that's extremely confident." "Okay, I need 15 minutes to check something. We'll call you back." The comm closed. Thax'in turned to his second officer. The human seemed unconcerned. Maybe they process invasion threats through bureaucratic procedure? Perhaps. What they didn't know was that Nathan had just walked into a conference room and said, "They think we disbanded our military because we couldn't afford it." Who wants to tell them? Everyone in the Security Council raised their hands. "Okay, new question. How many defensive systems do we demonstrate before they leave?" "1," said Director Williams. "3," said Dr. Okafor from Planetary Defense. "All of them," said General Park. "Park, we have 47 active systems." "I'm aware. We're not demonstrating 47 systems." "Fine." 7. "How about we do graduated disclosure?" Nathan suggested. 1 system. If they don't leave, 2 systems. If they still don't leave, Okafor explains what the Horizon Network does. Everyone looked at Okafor. "I have slides," she said. "We know you have slides." "I have so many slides." "That's exactly why it's the threat." "Okay, perimeter protocol first. Agreed?" "Agreed." Nathan checked his watch. "Okay, I've got 12 minutes left. Someone get me another sandwich." Nathan called back at exactly 15 minutes. "Commander Thax'in, we've reviewed your offer and we're declining." Thax'in's glow dimmed. "You? Decline?" "Yep. We prefer our current government, but thanks for thinking of us." "Ambassador, you don't seem to understand. This wasn't a negotiation." "Oh, I understand. You think we're defenseless." "That's incorrect. We have defensive capabilities. We just don't advertise them because it makes people nervous. You have no military. We disbanded our standing military. We kept the defensive systems." "There's a difference." Nathan smiled. "We're going to demonstrate. This is non-lethal and reversible. Activating in 5 seconds. 5 seconds later, every Kalrix ship lost propulsion. Not explosively. The engines just stopped responding to physics. Thax'in stared at his engineering console. "Engineering! Report!" "Sir, propulsion is offline, but the engines are running. The thrust is being generated, but it's not producing movement. It's like Newton's laws stopped working." Thax'in looked at Nathan, who was sipping coffee. "What did you do?" "Localized physics adjustment. Very precise. Your propulsion doesn't work, but everything else is fine. We call it the perimeter protocol." "You can adjust physics?" "In limited ways, yeah. We developed this about 70 years ago after the Zelion Consortium tried to conquer us. They also thought we were weak. We corrected them. They left. It was a whole diplomatic thing." "This has happened before?" "Oh yeah, you're the 7th species to try this." Happens every few years. 7th, we're really good at looking harmless. It's safer for everyone. Thax'in felt reality shifting. How many defensive systems do you have? Can't disclose exact numbers, but more than 3. How many more than 3? Significantly more than 3. There was a long pause. Ambassador Patel. Could you destroy my fleet? Yes. No hesitation. Just simple confirmation. Why haven't you? Because you haven't actually attacked us. You just made a wrong assumption. That's not a capital offense. That's just embarrassing. Nathan leaned forward. Want me to turn your propulsion back on? Please. Done. You're good to go. The engines reactivated instantly. Now, Nathan said cheerfully, would you like to withdraw your ultimatum? Or should we move to Strike 2? What's Strike 2? We move an asteroid. You what? We have this system called the Cascade Array. It's for asteroid defense, but it can move pretty big rocks from pretty far away. Wanna see? Thax'in should have said no. Instead, he said, how big? Well, we've got a nice 300-meter asteroid in the belt. We could relocate it. Take about 45 seconds. You can move an asteroid from the belt in under a minute? Yeah, the Cascade Array is pretty efficient. Stand by. Nathan nodded off-screen. The Kalrix sensors tracked as something reached across 2.4 astronomical units, grabbed a 300-meter asteroid, and gently placed it in orbit around Earth, like someone rearranging furniture. Elapsed time, 47 seconds. So, Nathan said brightly, that's the Cascade Array. We mostly use it for mining. Theoretically, we could use it for other things, but that would require filing a WMD7 form, which is 43 pages long. You have a form for weapons of mass destruction? We have forms for everything. Bureaucracy is our primary defensive strategy. It's very effective. Thax'in's second officer whispered, Sir, they just moved an asteroid. I noticed. In 47 seconds. I noticed that too. What's Strike 3? Nathan's smile got wider. Strike 3 is when Dr. Okafor explains the Horizon Network. She has a 3-hour presentation, with slides. So many slides. What does the Horizon Network do? Something about quantum entanglement and causality manipulation? Honestly, I don't understand it. I just know when they tested it, we had to get approval from the International Ethics Committee and everyone had to sign NDAs. Why? Because nobody could agree if it was really cool or a crime against physics. Thax'in looked at his fleet, looked at Earth, looked at his intelligence reports, which he was mentally setting on fire. We're withdrawing the ultimatum. Excellent choice. Want to talk about trade agreements instead? You want to trade with us? Well, yeah. You've got 800 years of experience with 43 species. We've only been in space for a century. We could learn a lot from you. You have weapons that violate physics and you want to learn from us. Different expertise. We're good at defensive tech because we were scared of ourselves for 2 centuries. But diplomacy? Long-term governance? You guys are the experts. The Dominion will never believe this. I can send documentation. We have brochures. Director Williams spent 3 weeks on the design. You have brochures? We have so many brochures. Thax'in's second officer made a sound like a dying computer. Ambassador Patel, Thax'in said slowly. Humanity is peaceful. We are. Not because you're weak. Correct. Because you're too dangerous to be anything else. Close enough. We tried war. Almost killed ourselves. Got really good at it. Decided we hated it. Stopped. Kept the knowledge in case of emergencies. Nathan shrugged. Turns out the best way to stay peaceful is to make using your weapons so bureaucratically annoying that nobody wants to unless absolutely necessary. That's brilliant. Thank you. We're very proud of our bureaucracy. 3 days later, Thax'in filed his incident report. It included, humanity possesses minimum 7 confirmed defensive systems. Exact number classified, but described as significantly more than 3. Can manipulate physics, can move celestial objects, has something called Horizon Network, do not ask. Recommend, be polite, be respectful, accept trade offers, never make them fill out forms. There was a classified addendum that just said, they weaponized bureaucracy. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I'm just glad they're friendly. Nathan read the leaked report and texted Williams. They called our paperwork weaponized. I'm putting that on my performance review, not a compliment. Taking it as one anyway. 6 months later, the Human Security Council held their quarterly review. Perimeter protocol worked perfectly. Williams reported. Cascade Array, no issues, added Park. Okay, last item, Williams said. We've had 7 species try to conquer us. Should we increase visible defenses? No, everyone said simultaneously. Being underestimated is our best defense, Nathan explained. Species don't prepare for threats that look friendly. Motion to maintain current posture. All in favor? Unanimous. Great. Nathan, stop telling Thax'in about our industrial capacity. I'm just being friendly. You told him we could convert our entire manufacturing base to military production in 6 hours, he asked. That's classified information. He seemed nice. Williams sighed. Meeting adjourned. Somewhere in a classified facility, there was a catalogue of human defensive systems. It was 247 pages long. It had an appendix. The appendix had an appendix. At the end, in small print, this document represents known capabilities. Does not include civilian infrastructure that could be repurposed because that list is longer. For questions, contact Dr. Okafor. She has slides. Humanity remained peaceful. The galaxy kept assuming it was because they evolved as cooperators. Nobody corrected them. And every day, the Security Council voted to keep the systems dormant. Every day, they voted yes. Because that's what restraint looked like. That's what discipline looked like. And that's what terrified anyone who figured it out. Not what humanity could do, but what they chose not to do. Every single day. For 90 years. With perfect documentation. And slides. So many slides.